What's going on, guys? All right, on this episode of Growing with Shawn, we're going to talk about what do I use for my soil mixture. Really speaking, if you was just to buy general indoor pot and soil mix, that should suffice. That should be good. But since I've been doing this for a while, I've kind of played around with different soils and different mixtures, and I've just created my own. With that being said, you do not have to run to the store in order to create this mix for your plants to thrive and do well. This is just one of those things that I have over time just decided to do my own little mix, and it works for me. Okay, so right here inside of this container is called Fox Farm Pot and Soil. You can get this from online, or you can go into a store. Usually they're in like a greenery store or just a plant store in general. They're not going to be in your big box stores because it's just too specific, but the brand is very popular. Again, Fox Farm Soil. You can even get it from Amazon. Just Google it. That's the quickest thing I could say, or the easiest thing I could say is just to Google it. All right, this is just Fox Farm Pot and Soil. Some people take this right here and you could just run with it because I mean, it's so versatile. You can pretty much use it on any type of plant, especially your beginner plants. I have found that I like to add a little bit more perlite to it and a little orchid bark, and it just helps for it to be a little bit airier. And air is just going to allow the water to be able to go through it a little bit faster. The only downsides to it is that you are going to have to keep up with water in it a little bit more because your soil is going to dry out. Because it's so airy, it's going to run straight through. Again, you could just stick with your Fox Farm soil or any type of general pot and soil. I am a big Miracle Grow fan. It's accessible to any big box store or any store that you go to. You're going to find some Miracle Grow somewhere. This right here, this is a tropical pot mix. This one is really good for your philodendrons. Only downside about this is that it does not contain perlite. So if you was to use this mix, you are going to have to get some perlite because that's what's going to help make it a little bit more airier. They do have just a regular indoor pot mix, and that does have the perlite in it as well as, of course, your soil mixture in there, and that works really well. So let's get to it. Let's get into how I'm making mine. Fox Farm soil, we have this mixture right here. But today, I'm going with my tropical pot mix, my orchid bark mix, and perlite. I'm going to mix all three of these into this container. And this container right here, I'll even show my lid. You'll see this all over my plant room, any type of videos. This is just accessible to get to. This container right here is big, it's bulky, and I have stuff that's stacked on top of this. I pull this out on special occasion. A special occasion is me showing you what this mixture does. Okay. I eye it. So since I'm using 3 mixtures, I'm going to break each of them down to a third mix. This is my base, so this is the one that I'm going to start with first. Again, we're just going to fill this up to about a third. Okay. Perlite. Let me tell you about this. It gets, when you get ready to pour, it gets real like cloudy, like kind of sandy, dusty, however way you want to say it or put it. It does fly up, so just be careful of that. Mindful when you use it. Also too, so the thing about perlite is that once the water hit it, it does swell up. So don't be alarmed if it looks like your plant is kind of growing up a little bit after you use it. Again, I don't use a whole lot of perlite. I went with a third of it. So remember, we're doing a third, and then another third. All right, this is my orchid mix. Now this right here is a game changer. I didn't discover this hack until probably about like 8 months into the game. This really helps with that airy, you know, when I keep talking about making sure that your plant is in a well-draining soil. This orchid bark, it does no choice but to allow it because of its pieces. So, pour that in there. A third of that. All right. Don't know if you see these layers, but that's what we got going on. Now you could have done a third of the whole container. I just went with a third of the mixture of what I want to go with, because since I have some Fox Farm soil, I'm gonna throw that into it too, just to get it filled up. But this is my mixture. Shake it on up. Shake it on. Kind of shaking it a little too far, please. All right, so right now, this is what we're working with. Now, I'm gonna add some of my Fox Farm soil in here just to get this container full, because again, I do not want to have to dig this container up again. Now, for me, you may ask, why do I have this big container? I'm a sucker when I go into the plant stores. I buy plants and I buy things that I don't need, so I have to stay out the stores. I don't like going online to get stuff, because then I order stuff that I don't need. I buy a big container of stuff, push it to the side, I'm good to go. All right, earthworm casting, worm poop. All right, so anyway, this is a really, really good fertilizer as well. It's a slow releasing, so it usually takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months before it release upon there. But you know what? I'm really, really, really bad with fertilizing my plants. I've tried different ones, and I'll be real with you. Whenever I use fertilizer, my plants start yellowing. I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong. So it's best for me just not mess with it. I prefer just to be able to put water in here. This is slow releasing, so guess what? It's already mixed into the soil. Add water, keep that bad boy moving. That's what I like to do. All right, this right here is just a little game changer again that I discovered a little bit later. That's slow releasing, so I don't have to worry about it overpowering my plants. I keep one of these. I hate getting dirt on my nails. I have kids. I have cream carpets. I have light walls. So dirt under the nails or just dirty fingers in general just isn't my best friend. So I do like to use a little bitty shovel, and I usually do have on my gloves. But since y'all special, I didn't do that. I've been staring so long into the light, talking to you all, that when I look down into the soil, I see the ring. Don't know if that's a good thing. Don't go to the light. Show you my mixture. I get a little bit closer so you can take a look at it.